We all know how easy it is to get riled up about the new year coming and set goals for getting into our swimsuits and feeling great about our bodies by the time summer comes along and we have to wear swimsuits. We all know about willpower, and we all know about pushing and trying to get those big, amazing results as quickly as possible. But in the end, if you're anything like me, that may just set you up for a boom and bust relationship where when you go bust, you end up further back than where you started. We all have heard the term yo-yo dieting, where you get on a diet, you lose some weight, everything's great. You start feeling like you can cheat and eat things that you used to eat, that you used to enjoy because you've earned it. And the next thing you know, you've gained more weight than when you started. So a lot of people that I'm talking to and helping are in the worst state of their lives. And I have been in the worst state of my life, even though I've had some huge ups and results in before and after pictures. I've done P90X. I've even done a triathlon. I trained for about 3 months through Team in Training, which was a really awesome program, and I really hoped that they could help me build some more stable health, and in the end, they did not. In the end, I managed to limp my way through the end of a triathlon, and I didn't get myself to work out again for about 6 months. It was not good for me. It was not good for my system, and it was a desperate, desperate attempt to use my willpower, to use all of my strengths, and finally make those things happen for myself. And in that way, I did, and I ended up sicker than I had ever been. So I had to change everything about the way that I understood my goals, and I had to change my goals towards long-term health. So when it comes to nutrition, you can cut calories, you can put food into containers, measure every serving, you can do all of those things. But if you don't repair your relationship with food and nutrition in your body, if you don't learn what your body actually needs from you, and you don't change your relationship with your body, and you don't change the way that you make decisions long term, then you're going to end up back where you were or worse if all you have is willpower to get you where you want to go. So I have my story of a progress towards long-term health. I have made a video showing you my wall calendar where you can see my progress over the past year of just letting myself slowly heal. I have the video on workout by percentages where I talk about starting at just 8% of what I thought a normal person at their peak level pushing themselves would actually be able to achieve, and what myself at a very, very compromised level pushing myself a little bit would be healthy to start at. That's how I set myself up to change my relationship with fitness and my body on a physical level. On a nutritional level, I tried every single diet that I could imagine. Everything from high carb raw vegan to Atkins, all the bacon you could ever want. I've done all of it. The only thing that has helped me nutritionally long term is recognizing that food is actually, to me, defined by the kind of thing that you could go to a farm and get. So if you went to a farm with, say, a loving family who raised animals and slaughtered them to eat their meat, but loved them, raised them on the food they're supposed to eat, grass and that sort of thing, and not just grains or all of that other, antibiotics and all of the stuff that makes them unhealthy, but actually healthy animals, all of the produce that you would find, all of the vegetables and the fruit and all of that you could find on a farm. And then, different basic additives like, say, mustard. I like mustard. It's generally mustard seed and vinegar. And that to me is very basic. And that to me qualifies as food. So things that are processed, things that come in boxes, things that you don't recognize, things that if you went to a farm, there's no way you could even make that out of what you would find at a farm. When it comes to that, that's not food for me. That's calories, and there are nutritional elements in it, and there's no reason to completely avoid all of it like the plague, but it doesn't register to me as food. It registers to me as an alternative to food, as something if you really are starving, you have to go through a gas station and you have to find something to eat to be able to function again. Then there are things that you can find, and sometimes you want a bag of chips. So there are times and ways to compromise, but changing your relationship to one of embracing food as a whole source and not as anything I could put in my mouth that tastes good is a huge long-term change. My sister has recently gone through a really dramatic transformation. She had a child about 5 years ago now, and through the past few years, she's just been lost and off key, off center, and not quite herself. She seemed very buried, and just she wasn't coming online as herself for such a long time. She was always trying to make better decisions. She's always been into healthy food and whole cooking and all of that, but she's always been struggling. And recently I came across a book called The Heal Your Gut Cookbook, and it's based on the GAPS diet. But it has you break food down into whole, organic, local sources, and it has you break your diet down into basically starting with bone broth for a period of time, bone broth and very well cooked vegetables and healthy meats, and it has you just gently, slowly rehabilitate your body. And it encourages and gives you a lot of information on fermented foods and that sort of thing. And this is something that I found a lot of success with, but my sister was the first one to actually buy in. She was so tired of not feeling good, and she just gave it felt like it made sense, and she gave it a try. So she did all of the work. She figured it out. It's not an easy book to follow. It takes a lot of work and determination. And she changed her life quite dramatically, as well as her health. And she found that days where she snacked on bacon, local, organic bacon, and she had bone broth, and she ate what she felt was right and what felt delicious, but it was all out of whole food options and, things that wouldn't activate immune responses, things that wouldn't be likely to cause problems, no grains or anything that cause inflammation, etc. And she was always involving fermented local organic goats. She would make her own kombucha. When she included all of those things, she slowly began to feel a lot better, and all of that extra weight started to melt away. So at this point, if you compared her refrigerator from years ago to her refrigerator now, they wouldn't look anything like the same. And the same goes for the rest of the family living here together now. Our refrigerators look alive. They are full of homemade, raw, organic almond milk, cashew, sour cream that we make ourselves, and a lot of fermented stuff. And we really feel that it helps us, and we feel so much better eating that way, that even though now and then we will have pizza, or for birthday parties, someone will bring or make a cake, and those who want to have it. But overall, the decisions and the choices that we make about what and how to eat have fundamentally changed, and we all feel a hell of a lot better for it. So that's a change that is very long term, and it's a change that we will include for the rest of our lives. We've all spent a lot of time and energy researching food and nutrition and what could possibly be wrong with us, why we're so sick to our stomachs and we feel awful every day, all of those things. And so we've made long-term changes, and our health gets better on a very foundational, fundamental level. There's absolutely nothing wrong with setting a short-term goal and trying to meet your goals by pushing and trying a new workout and doing all of that stuff, but always keep in mind and always remember that in reality you're headed towards a more foundational level of health. You're headed towards feeling better every day, whether you're pushing towards a goal or not. You want to, when you get to the end of this goal and you feel this much better, if you take a break, if something gets in the way, if you need to stop and you start over again, you want to be starting from this level and reaching a new goal instead of starting back from down here or lower and trying to get back to where you were. So slow down or keep an overall broader view. Don't let yourself just keep going up and coming back down and going up and coming back down, because that will do damage to you long term. Check out some of my videos and message me, comment, talk to me, and I can help you make some changes so that you can build a better foundation and get better long-term results, because you'll really thank yourself and you'll feel the difference when you slow down, you listen to your body, you change your relationship with food, you change your relationship with exercise, and you change your relationship with your health in general.